Okay, so I just started this conversation, but I'm going to have to start it again. So, hi, my name is Ari. I go by Ari Elite 111 or Ask Ariajna. And Ask Ariajna, by the way, means third eye soldier. It's a mix of Swahili and Hindi. I do enjoy languages. I mostly speak a lot of Japanese. So, dozo yoroshiku aritomashimase. How are you? Um, I wanted to talk today about celebrities and stars and how you can know the difference. I want to talk about how celebrities are false idols and how stars are actually star seeds. You may not be familiar with the concept, but star seeds are supposedly a half human, half alien hybrid. They usually are people who are here to uplift the consciousness of the planet. They are here for justice. They are here for peace. They are here to promote positivity and becoming your best self. And I wanted to talk to you about the difference. Not all star seeds are stars. I mean, they're stars, but not all star seeds have to be famous. There's more than a few star seeds who are not famous. They're just like, maybe locally famous or just again. So let me talk about star seeds. Star seeds are people who they usually light up the room. They're usually people who just instantly make you feel comfortable, or just they have this presence about them that they're either going to make you feel really comfortable and really at ease and really happy, or they're going to aggravate some people's demons. They might make you angry because of how brightly they shine, or because of how skilled or talented they are. They're usually talented. They're usually people who don't like to mix and mingle with others too much. They need their recharge time. They need their time to rest and recharge their energy, because a lot of people do pull on their energy, and they share a lot of energy to again uplift and enlighten the masses, the darkness that is taken hold of our society. It's pretty dark. I think we all have to agree. It can get pretty dark. um Star seeds. Yeah, so you don't have to be famous to be a star seed. Um, Again, these are just people who are usually very knowledgeable. They share their wisdom. Again, they fight for justice and freedom, and they like to uplift people. But we do have famous star seeds, and this will be your tell between a star seed and a celebrity, because celebrities do like to pretend as if they're star seeds. They do love to pretend as if they actually care about you, and a lot of them don't. Um, Star seeds would be people like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Dave Chappelle, even Cat Williams. Um, Again, star seeds are people who are about justice. They are about knowledge. They usually bring this knowledge and this wisdom and this. They usually bring it with positivity, and it's not always like they're toxically positive, but they do like to enlighten others and again raise the vibration. They like to bring you from this lower vibrational state of feeling like nothing can change for you. Everything's, this is the way it is, and this is how it's got to be, and blah blah blah. um I might be rambling. Yeah, so my notes, star seeds, they are here to eradicate injustice and suffering. This is why a lot of star seeds are usually under heavy attack, like what happened to Michael Jackson, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Whitney Houston, etc. You will see the star seeds go through a lot of pain, a lot of trauma. If you're looking at these celebrities and they just seem to have made it overnight, and they don't seem to have a whole lot of talent, or it's like they're not super talented. Those are celebrities. Those are your false idols. And we'll get to that in a minute. But your star seeds are people like I mentioned, Michael Jackson, Cat Williams. They love to destroy your reputation. They love to call you crazy. They love to give you false charges. Like I said, they like to destroy your reputation, so they may give you false charges. They may try to destroy your record, your public record. They may try to have you drugged, beat on, abused. I would even venture to say Oprah is a star seed. She went through a lot of that as well. There are a lot of people who are star seeds, and again, their reputation just gets trashed because they don't want the powers that be, the darkness, the cabal, these secret societies that are in control of our just lives in general. I hate to say it. They do not want people enlightened. They do not want people taking their power back into their own hands. They do not want people to become their best selves. They want people to be controllable. They want people to be soft. They want people to be consumers. And yeah, they need this control so that you can consume what they're selling, which is usually poison. Um, So yeah, star seeds, they're usually under heavy attack by lower vibrational forces. Again, this is your governments and the people who are in control of your governments, which are really your corporations. Again, they want you to be consumers. And it keeps their whole system just, going around and around. Yeah, their time is up though. Let's see, what else do I have here? Excuse me while I look at my notes. So like I said, they love to try to destroy starseed's reputation. And again, you do not have to be famous to be a starseed. You can just be a person that fights for justice wherever that may be. I've done that in my own personal life on many occasions. I've actually gone through a lot of things where they want to silence us. So that's why you will see, if they cannot actually kill you like they did to Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Prince, etc. If they cannot actually get rid of you, they will try to destroy your reputation like they did to Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Orlando Brown for some reason. There are several Britney Spears. There are several people that they've done this too. And again, you do not have to be famous. Like I'm sure there's so many regular people that have been born into or are a part of these MK Ultra families who are a part of these secret societies that they like to, again, keep you struggling. If they cannot outright kill you, they want you struggling, they want you looking crazy. And I know the things I'm talking about sounds crazy because that is how much control they have over society. There's a reason they're taking books out of the schools and out of libraries and things like that. They want the utmost control over how you think and how you move and how you behave. This is another thing with people talk about the Mandela effect. This is just the government trying to see how much control they have over the masses. Like, how much control do they really have over the masses? I think the latest Mandela effect is all of a sudden people are saying, I think it's Snow White, that it was magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest? It's always been mirror, mirror on the wall. It's always been mirror, mirror. But they want to know how much control they have over the masses. And they also want to know who's aware and who's awake and who, knows what's going on, because they keep tabs on those people. So you do not have to be famous to be a star seed. You just have to be an enlightened and an aware individual who doesn't really adhere to the status quo, who knows who they are, who does critically think, who may have opposing opinions and views, who may have a different kind of lifestyle than the average or the norm. And again, you fight for justice and you want to eradicate suffering. You're usually going to care about nature, the environment, animals and children. This was who Michael Jackson was, and they just completely destroyed that man's reputation before they killed him because he was uplifting the vibration of the planet. Again, they're going to have this very magnetic energy to them. This is why he had people, and Whitney Houston had people just falling out fainting, just loving. Like, this is why they had so much love. That's how strong their energy was. I believe Michael Jackson was probably the most famous star seed since Yeshua Hamashiach, who people call Jesus Christ. Jesus was also a star seed. He was also someone here to enlighten the masses, eradicate injustice and suffering, to shake up the status quo. He did not like the church at all, and I promise you, he still does not mess with that church as much as they call on his name. He does not like that church. He does not. He does not fuck with the church. I'm gonna be real. This I know because me and Yeshua are like this, son. Like, he don't like that shit. Like, there's too much demonic activity. There's too much just ill intent, ill will. They're still very judgmental about people and their practices, their spiritual practices. It's disgusting. They went around the entire world murdering people in his name. I just know he is disgusted by that. But Yeshua was one of the most famous star seeds. He indeed was not from this planet. He came from the Most High. He came from God, and he knew that. And people called him crazy, said he was consorting with demons, and strung him up on the cross. And he came back. He was not a regular human. He was a star seed. And I have a list of other people that I believe are star seeds, but I would like to do more research. I think Kanye was a star seed, but I don't know what happened. Star seeds also, because they are half human and half some type of other alien hybrid being, whatever, they do have souls and they are able to sell their soul. So I believe there are some star seeds who have sold their soul. And I hate to say this because, I hate to talk about people as if I know them personally, but I can just see what's being promoted. And I know Erica Badu's a star seed, but lately it's kind of like, what's going on with the blonde hair and I don't know. It's a little weird to me. I feel like a lot of, especially Black women, when they get into the industry, in order to be successful, they're made to put on these weird blonde wigs. And I feel like that's kind of like a, I don't want to say humiliation ritual, but something like that, where we're not allowed to just love ourselves and be ourselves and embrace our own natural hair, our own, it's like it's like they make you go blonde. Like, even Victoria Monet, it's the blonde hair. It's weird, bro. Beyonce, of course, like, she started off like this really washed out, pale blonde hair. Then all of a sudden, you see some years later, when it's popular, of course, only when it's popular. These are your celebrities, by the way. These are your false idols. Now, Beyonce is extremely talented. I'm not going to say she's not talented, but again, these false idols are only allowed to speak what they're told to speak. They're only allowed to see what they're being told, what they're allowed to see. And when, Comedicism got really popular and praising our ancestors got really popular, she really just hopped on the bandwagon, and it was all Oshun and Yemaya and praise be the ancestors, etc., for like 2 seconds, and then she's back to like this super blonde wig. And I'm like if you notice lately, she's wearing like this super platinum blonde wig recently, and I just think that's awfully fucking strange. Janelle Monáe, beautiful star seed, but lately, why is her ass and titties everywhere? What is that about? She, like, her whole appeal and her whole thing was, I don't have to shake my ass, show my titties to be famous or to get this type of recognition, which I absolutely loved and appreciated. She was all about, I'm beautiful with my knowledge. I'm beautiful with my skill. I don't need to show my ass and titties. And lately it's like, what's going on? So I don't know. I feel like they kind of sell out at some point. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Even Dave Chappelle is a little different now. But again, he is a star seed. Like, I don't know what it is about that industry, but it's like after a certain point, they kind of, something happens, they change. And I think that's why Cat Williams stays out of it. Like, he funded himself. He made his money himself. Like, he wasn't really beholden to these companies. So he was able to, I really feel like, maintain his soul. But a lot of these people, I feel like they get too around these lower vibrational, these dark-sided energies, and it kind of changes them some type of way. Because the things you are around does shape who you are. Like, We are all energetic beings, and the frequency that you emit is usually going to be the frequency that's you're being surrounded with, the things you consume, which is why they want these celebrities, these false idols. Let me talk about false idols because I talked about star seeds. um, so this is in the Bible. False idols, they have mouths but do not speak, eyes but do not see. These empty idols make their worshipers empty. So celebrities are basically false idols. A lot of them will not have too much talent, or they may be talented, but again, they're going to be people who are not allowed to speak their mind. They have handlers, they have publicists, whoever's employing them, they like to control what these people say. Um, they like to control what these people wear, how they behave, because they put these people in front of the masses who worship them, um, to become exactly like these people. They like to emulate these false idols, do they not? People love to emulate celebrities. They love to know what this such and such. So who are they dating? What are they wearing? What are they eating? They really want people worship, and this is worship. This is worship, to be so enthralled and so obsessed with what a person is doing, saying, thinking. Who are they fucking? Like it's mad weird. What are they wearing? Like it's mad crazy to me. But this is how society is run. Um, and yeah, so they make their worshipers empty. These empty idols, these false idols, who don't even speak on topics of justice or suffering unless it's popular to do so. They make their worshipers empty, because what are we really talking about at the end of the day but who is such and such having sex with, and what are they wearing today, and ooh, they went to Turks and Caicos the other day, and what does that matter in the grand scheme of things? How is that really moving anything forward in society for yourself, for your family? Again, they want these false idols to completely distract you from what your soul's mission is, which is to level up, become the best person that you can be. Um, and to help your fellow neighbor, to help, level us all up in general. But again, these people who control these idols, this is why they have mouths but do not speak, because they are controlled by who employs them. The people that control them are your corporations, your governments, and they need you to be a consumer. They need you to be comfortable with this status quo so that they can maintain their control, so that they can continue to feed you poison that you then need their doctors for, that you then need their lawyers for, that you then need their undertakers for, and it's just a cycle. It's just, these poisons that maybe have you acting erratically. The drugs, the alcohol, it may have you, acting erratically. So you need their police force, like it's all a cycle. It's how the society is run. And I'm not saying we don't need structure, but the way the structure is formed and functioned, it's pretty much killing everybody slowly. It's killing your soul. It's killing you mentally, physically. Again, they don't want people who can self-govern. They don't want people um, who can critically think, and they don't want people who do not need or want their poisons. They want you at McDonald's every day. They want you drinking Hennessy 24/7. It's all a money. It's all a money scheme. It's all a money grab. They need this cycle to continue, so they use these celebrities or your false idols. Again, there's a difference between stars and celebrities. And celebrities love to pretend to be stars, and they are not. They are, again, promoting these negativities. They're promoting your BBLs and getting all this surgery, and oh, it's okay, and body positive. It's okay to be completely out of control with your weight and your health. There's nothing positive about that. Like, all of this is really satanic. Like, it's extremely satanic. um, and there's so much that goes into this, again, to keep not just the American people but the entire world asleep and in this comfortable cocoon, um, where all of this is okay. Yeah, 1,000 something kids just went missing on the East Coast, but Beyonce is wearing a platinum wig. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally to keep you asleep and unaware of what's actually going on in this society. And the only time slightly what's going on in this society is when a topic becomes popular by some grassroots organization. And once it becomes too big, then they have to pick it up, or it just looks weird. Why are you not talking about this? So that's the only time celebrities are really allowed to speak on things, is when they become popular, um, to speak on. um, what else do my notes say? Yeah, so they want to keep you as a consumer. They want to keep you comfortable, which is, I feel like, again, the devil. Like, there's nothing wrong with being comfortable, but you should be challenging yourself every day to be a better person. However that may be, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, however that may be. Um, they want mindlessness. They want literal mindlessness. Wasn't there a group? There was like a little R&B boy band. If Mindless Behavior, was that their name? That's what they want. That's exactly what they want, and they were promoting that to who? Your children, because that was a little boy group, a little boy band that was for kids. They literally do want mindless behavior, and they, by the way, start off by attacking your children. They love to get to you before you're an adult, because by the time you're an adult, you're going to be set in your ways. And so they need you to be a controllable adult. But that does not mean it's too late for you. You can always, you know, teach yourself new tricks. They say you can't teach an old dog. Yes, the fuck you absolutely can. Dogs are super intelligent. Yes, you can. Um, so yes, they want you comfortable. They want you with these habits and thought processes that do not challenge their status quo, that do not challenge their system, that again basically poisons you slowly through various means and methods. Um, yeah, A&Rs, movie companies, publicists, they definitely tell their employees, their celebrities, these false idols, what to say, how to say it, what not to say, because you, the public, are watching, and they want to be able to control you, the public. So, this is why, again, these are your false idols. This is very biblical. You should stop worshiping these celebrities. You should stop trying to emulate these celebrities, because they are sending everyone to hell in a handbasket. Now, again, celebrities are different from stars. Stars want to eradicate injustice and suffering. Stars, again, they naturally light up a room. They naturally garner attention. You don't need for them to push this person in your face all day, every day, like they do Krishan Rock and Blueface. As you notice, Cat Williams hasn't been seen in ever, and he comes out and does one random interview on a random podcast, and everybody's watching. It's because he's a star. You know what I'm saying? That's a star seed. That's a person who is here to uplift you. That is a person who is here to give you knowledge and wisdom. And they usually do so in a manner that makes you happy, that elevates your spirit, your soul. You get what I'm saying? Versus a celebrity who is pushing nothing but negativity, drugs, sex, just goofy, mindless shit, just things that you don't need. Um, they push things like this, and they lower your vibration. And they want you to follow these people. These are your false idols. You should not be worshiping these people. You should not be trying to emulate these people. They have sent our communities to hell in a handbasket. If you look at the state of certain parts of the Black community, I'm not going to say all the Black community, because the Black community has been making strides. And in other parts of the community, you can see like certain rappers and people of that nature have our children and our neighborhoods in a chokehold with all this gang banging, all this frivolous sex, all this lustful bullshit, um, all these drugs that are being promoted on a regular basis. You would not believe how many men come up to me and say crazy shit like, have my baby, and bitch, do I know you? It's like, doesn't there have to be some type of relationship? Like, it's weird, and it's because this is being promoted as normal. These false idols that people are worshiping are promoting absolute destructive, mindless bullshit, and too many people are following. And it's time to stop worshiping these false idols, because again, this is biblical. While I'm not a traditional Christian in the sense, because no, you're not going to see me wearing a church hat, in some goofy ass suit at a church on Sunday. I'm a real Christian. I follow Yeshua HaMashiach. Yeshua, that was his name. And he didn't fuck with that church, and neither do I. If I want to speak to God, I will sit in prayer. I will sit in meditation. If I want to see God, I will go out into nature and I will go look at God's creation. This is what God created. I don't need a church where the pastor is probably fucking your wife, molesting your kids, stealing money from the church coffers. I'm not about to deal with that like at all. I'm sorry. There's too much of that going on. And I'm not saying all the churches, but most of the churches are really fucked up out here. So yeah, I'm a real Christian. I don't do white Jesus. I'm sorry. I really don't. But I do know there is some truth in the Bible, and as much as it's been rewritten and tampered with, there are definitely passages in there that have truths. And this false idol passage is absolutely true. And I know exactly who they're talking about. They're talking about these celebrities. These are your false idols. They literally call them idols, do they not? American Idol. Like, we know who the idols are. Again, they have mouths but do not speak. There are things going on in this world, not just across the world, but in our very own country, that you're not going to hear them speak about. Or if you do, you hear something crazy like Nicki Minaj fuck ass talking about bitch pay your rent, you bum, or some stupid shit. Like, who is making fun of poor people? Like, who is doing that? Why would you be doing that when there's a whole system designed to keep people poor? Like, it is designed to stop people from coming up unless you move in this weirdly homogenous way. As much as there's laws against discrimination, people still discriminate like heavily. Like, there are systems in place to hold certain people back, and it's usually the people of color. Usually, let's be real. Yeah, we've got to stop worshiping these idols. Like, every time I hear Nicki Minaj say something like nappy-headed hoe or making fun of poor people, this is why I made a video the other day. Like, bitch, y'all only have money because you're doing criminal shit, bitch. Like, stop playing. You're not making all that money from your music. Nobody's really listening to that shit for real. Like, they might be, but come on, bitch. There's too much trafficking. There's too much selling of drugs. There's too much criminal activity, all this pedophilia going on. Ask yourself why she surrounds herself with pedophiles. There's a fucking reason, bro. Like, when I tell you thousands of children just went missing on the East Coast and nobody's fucking talking about that shit for real, where do you think they're going? Where do you think those kids went? Stop playing. Y'all love to talk about this Epstein list, but anytime I have these conversations, I'm crazy. Make it make sense, bro. No, these people are involved in secret societies. These celebrities, not your stars, not your star seeds, but these celebrities, these false idols, they are promoting an image that they are not actually living. Again, they have eyes that do not see. They have mouths that do not speak. This isn't just about they aren't allowed to say certain things. They're not telling you what they really do behind closed doors to get the money that they make. They're not really telling you what they do behind closed doors to live in the areas and to have the houses and the status that they have. They actually do a lot of sick ass shit, and they talk about it, but they don't talk about it. It's like they hint at it. They give you little codes, little code words, and they drop little images and messages and things like that. But they want you to think it's all for entertainment when really, yes, they molest children. Yes, they traffic women. Yes, they sell drugs. They take drugs. Like, yes, they're doing all these weird, sick ass shit. They're torturing people. There's a dark web for a fucking reason. And I haven't been on the dark web, but I know there's a lot of sick ass shit on there. And I know who the fuck is involved. Like, this shit is disgusting. And I think that people need to stop being so afraid to talk about these things. Stop being so worried about someone calling you crazy when we know for fact these are things that are happening. We know for fact that teachers molest children. We know for fact that your police force is corrupt and they do shady shit. Like, we know for a fact these things happen. Like, people get caught up all the time, and for some reason people like to say, oh well, that's just an isolated event, that's just that person. No, there are whole groups, whole societies who do these sick ass shit to individuals, usually the vulnerable, usually again the women and the children, the people of color, the poor. They do these things to people that they have taught society through these idols are worthless and not valuable to society. So it's okay for it to happen. This is why, again, stop listening to bitches like Nicki Minaj. That shit is sick, bro. It's disgusting. And she is the type of person who will teach you that it's okay to do whatever to a poor person, as if you can't be poor tomorrow. Like, I don't understand why people try to follow these people and pretend like they're rich or pretend like they have money. No, you don't. Like, if you don't have drop a virus on several countries money and sit back and watch on your fucking cameras in your underground dungeon, if you don't have start a war money, then bitch, you ain't got no money out here. You could lose that shit tomorrow, bro. Like, they could fuck all of this shit up and you just a regular nobody like everybody the fuck else. Like, please stop playing with your life. Like, the whole goal is to divide and conquer. They have separated people in class levels. They have separated people in race. And then who are you? What type of person are you? I've talked about this before and I'm saying it again. We need to unify. We need to stop trying to feel like we're more special or better than the next person because, ooh, I'm driving a Bugatti or a Tesla, or ooh, I got a Birkin bag. Like, bitch, you are regular. You are a human. You take shits like everybody else. And what human ain't taking the shit out here? Which one of y'all do not take shits? I want to know which one of y'all do not take shits. Do not have to sit on the toilet and take a shit. And I guarantee you they're going to run to the surgeon and start sewing their assholes up and just blowing up like a fucking house. It's ridiculous. Everyone's a fucking human out here, bro. No one's better than the other. And we have got to stop with this weird ass social hierarchy shit. It's got to stop because these people are controlling everybody, including you. It doesn't matter what level you think you're on. They're controlling you too. So again, we need to stop worshiping these false idols. They have made y'all empty, and this is why there is so much destruction and demonic activity in our society. Like, y'all are just too okay with bullshit right now, and it's got to stop. And that's why I'm talking about this. So yeah, it also says those who make them are like them, and so are all who trust in them. So like I said, those who make these celebrities are just like these celebrities. They are empty. They are very godless, very, very heathenish. And they worship money. They worship power. These people don't even really, I can't even say they really worship money because it's not really the money. It's the power. It's the control that they can have over people. These are narcissists. These are sociopaths. And again, they may speak on certain issues only because it's become popular, because maybe a star seed made it popular, because the star seeds are the one who eradicate injustice and suffering. The star seeds are the one who want to see better for people in the environment. And the only time you'll hear a celebrity speak on things like that is when it's become popular. But these people, they don't necessarily worship money, but it's the power and the control that they feel they have over people because of their status and their wealth. And this is why they need for people to be, in poverty. They need for people to be homeless. They need for people to be struggling so that you can want what they're pushing, what they're selling. Meanwhile, you can be perfectly happy with a little bit of nothing. You really don't need these things. They need to promote these things for you to consume. They need you to feel like you need the latest iPhone. They need you to feel like you need the newest car and the newest Birkin bag, and you need this BBL. You don't need that BBL. That BBL is killing you, bro. You don't need that shit. Like, they need you to feel like you need these things to be successful and to be happy. And no, the fuck you don't. I'm a person who is happy with the little things, happy with the simple things. But there are people who will be jealous of your happiness. Like, there are people who want to come around and destroy your peace and your content because it is something that cannot be bought. It is something that you cannot buy. And they need you to want what they are selling. They need you to want that. So they put all these little systems in place to try to keep you miserable, to make you feel like you don't have enough, to make you feel like you're not doing well enough, when really you're just fucking fine. You're actually fine. You actually don't need much. But they want you to feel like this because they need you. They need your energy. Like they did. Imagine this is the Matrix. Imagine you are really in those little bubbles hooked up to a fucking machine and they're feeding off of you. They need your misery. They need your discontent. They need you to struggle hard as fuck to get some shit that you really don't motherfucking need. You really don't need this. But they are going to put these false idols, these celebrities in your face to show, hey, look how I'm living. You know, they need you to be stressed on Instagram and like, damn, she just got a new Louis or some shit. Like, they need you to want these things to keep their fucking system going and to keep harvesting your energy, and to keep you away from the Most High. None of this shit is of God, bro. If you see these celebrities talking about God, know they are fucking lying. Just know their God is Satan. Please understand, their God is Satan. They are not godly people. Yeshua was homeless. Okay, Yeshua drug his feet through these streets in some goddamn sandals, and he was perfectly fine with what he had and who he was as a person. And you know what they did? They said he was a witch. They were pressed about that man's peace. They were pressed about that man's happiness. They were pressed that he was out here healing the masses. They were pressed that he was actually getting attention, and people were listening, and people were turning away from the church, and they weren't giving their money anymore. They weren't spending their money on them new Louis bags. They weren't spending their money on them goddamn Bugattis and shit. Those fucking Paddocks. They were pressed about Yeshua. That's why they killed him. Because he was showing people those are not things you need. All you need is my Father in heaven. All you need is, I'm sorry, I like to say my mother and my father, because I don't believe that the Most High has a gender. I think that was also a trick of Satan. But yes, my mother and my father is in heaven. That's what my parents are. That's what my parents are. But yeah, they killed Yeshua because he was upsetting their status quo, and he was a star seed, and he was getting just a little too famous, and they didn't like that. So they stalked him, they plotted against him, etc. They eventually murdered him, but he came back. He was reborn. We all know. But if you see these false idols talking about God or Jesus Christ, just know that their God is Satan. There's nothing wrong with money. There's nothing wrong with wealth. But y'all are worshiping that shit. Y'all are literally making that shit your God. Like, I'm not saying there's something wrong with being successful and having money, but promoting these things to the masses and not promoting your spiritual health, your mental well-being, your physical health, that is a fucking problem. And that's why you're starting to see some of them, kind of try to touch on topics like that. But that's only because the collective consciousness is raising. It's becoming it's moving to a higher frequency. So they are not able to continue to promote I mean, some try, but they're not able to continue to promote drugs and violence and things of that nature because who fucking wants that shit? Who wants to be surrounded by this negativity? Like Satan's losing. That's all I'm saying is their god is Satan, and there's a reason they make these goofy ass movies and TV shows and these this music with all this negativity. Like they're pushing Satanism onto the masses, and it is time for us to reel that shit back. Put a stop to worshiping these false idols. If you are actually about Yeshua HaMashiach in the Most High, you would not be worshiping these celebrities. You would not give a fuck about what Cardi B doing today or Nicki Minaj's latest song. You would not even be on that shit. Like you would not be listening to none of that shit. You would not be partaking. God is not in that at all. They just be talking. They are talking. God is not in their heart. I mean, I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was watching a YouTube video or I scrolled through something and I heard a snippet of a Nicki Minaj song. And she said something about a bum and paying your rent or something. And I'm like, who is making fun of poor people with all the money you got? Who does this? But these will be the same bitches act like they love God. These will be the same bitches act like they blessed. These will be the same bitches all of a sudden they queens and they praise their ancestors and they lying. They're Satanists. They're fucking lying. They don't actually live like that. They don't actually believe in that. They only talk on these things when it's popular. And then they get right back to their little Satanist shit of, misaligning the character of the poor so that, the powers that be can continue to abuse and manipulate them so that people can continue to, mind you, steal from these people. Isn't that what they called Africa poor? They call Africa poor, but they constantly stealing resources from Africa. They steal from these people, like these homeless shelters and these little social services. They make money off of the poor, so they need there to be poor people. They're not actually trying to help poor people. Honestly, they're just fucking humans to me. I hate that they even have a word, the homeless. Like they're just fucking people who are, going through hard times. But they need for those people to be poor, to be homeless, to be in need because they get money. They get government stipends and things like this to help them. It's just like the healthcare system. They need for people to be sick. They need for you to have to come in and see their doctors and take their pills and shit like this. And I'm sure, I believe Cat Williams spoke on this too. They need you to be on this shit because that's how they make money. That's it and that's all. They just want their system to keep, they want to keep the cogs moving. They don't want people to enlighten themselves. They don't want people to know that, hey, you could take these simple herbs and drink water and take care of your health. Stop eating the flesh. They don't want you to know these things, that you can heal yourself, that you could be just as strong and muscular. Bitch, I ain't ate meat in like 3 years. Do you see this? They don't want you to know that you're just as healthy, just as strong without their flesh eating. They don't want people to know that, these shelters purposefully mentally abuse, emotionally and physically abuse these homeless people, these poor people, so that they're not able to stay focused, so they're not able to come up with a proper plan to get back into a normal and healthful situation financially and physically. They want you to come back. They need customers. They need a client base, or they don't get no money. And this is from a person who's been in homeless shelters, who has been struggling for years. They need us to be homeless because they don't get money if there's no homeless people. They don't actually try to help you do a motherfucking thing, honestly. And you can unless you're a certain type of person, honestly, unless you bend to their will. And I say, stop it. Stop bending to the will of Satan. Stop doing that. Okay. It's unnecessary. God loves you and God is going to take care of you. I know things may feel um, unsure, and I know it's uncomfortable to not know what's going to happen when you step out on faith. But God does take care of you, and God does bless and reward you for doing that, for trusting in the Most High. God does love you, and God does take care of you. Um, you do not have to fit into this homogenous society to be loved. You do not have to fit into this homogenous society to be successful. No, you don't. And as I said, you can see some of the star seeds. You know who's a new star seed? I just noticed Tizo Touchdown star seed. Google that guy. Look him up. Research him. He's great music, enlightening, positive. And positivity doesn't always mean it's happy, but again, it's enlightening. It's bringing awareness. It's positive because it can help you make positive changes in your life. That doesn't mean ha 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 ha. No, you're becoming a better person. Positive. Um, yeah, he's a new star seed. Tizo Touchdown. I mean, he's not a new star seed, but another thing that marks a star seed, they're always very youthful. Their spirits, as well as their bodies. I am about to be 35 years old. I know most people may not be able to tell. Maybe you can. I don't know. But star seeds usually have a very youthful spirit. They usually look very young. Um, they usually take care of their health. I would hope they take care of their health. There are, again, a lot of things at play to try to um, keep us in lower vibrational states. So you may be a star seed and you may just be waking up. You may be a star seed and you may just realize, hey, maybe I need to stop eating meat, or hey, maybe I need to start incorporating more fruits and vegetables into my diet. Maybe I need to start meditating more. Maybe I need to start doing more yoga. It's a journey. We don't just come out here perfect because we are half humans. We don't just come out here perfect. But yeah, so you may be realizing you're a star seed. You might be realizing you're a star seed, and you may be a person who wants to eradicate injustice, eliminate suffering, who wants to help the people who have been left behind, or the people who these false idols and these powers that be tell you have no worth and have no value. Um, these narcissists, these sociopaths who like to say things like the pores. Like, who are you really? Like I said, just another human who takes a shit. And half the time, they're not even really competent. Like I said, half the time, there are people who take shortcuts. There are people who do criminal things to get ahead and just swear up and down they're bossed up and they're just, the leaders of society and better than everyone else, when you really took a lot of fucking shortcuts. Like, you really sacrificed people. You really abused people for these weird ass demons, to get ahead. Like, there are people who do this and they post shit on the dark web and they make money by selling children and again, raping women and posting it online. And they make money with shit like this, with these people who engage in these demonic activities. And people can call me crazy all day about it, but it's true. This is what you do. If you're watching, you know what you do. I'm just here to tell everyone else. If you were living in this bubble that these false idols put you in, of mindlessness and emptiness, there are secret societies out here. Hi, my name is Ari. I'm your favorite blood sacrifice survivor. I know a lot about these things because my family is involved with these secret societies. I was in the music industry for 12 plus years, maybe longer. And when I walked away, they have been trying to sacrifice me for ever and a day now. And it's the reason why I've been struggling so hard, because I am a star seed and I am a person that is here to eradicate injustice and suffering and enlighten the masses. And it starts with the man in the mirror. It started with myself. I had to work a lot on myself, and I'm still working on myself. Word to Michael Jackson, a very famous star seed. Um, yeah, so you might be realizing maybe you're a star seed. Maybe you want to eradicate injustice. Maybe you want to help the downtrodden. Maybe you want to save the whales. Maybe you want to save the bees. Um, maybe you want to just promote a healthier lifestyle. You might be a star seed, and it does start with yourself. It does start with becoming your better self. But I promise you, this is not an easy path, and this is why not many people take this path. Um, I know there is a passage in the Bible that says, many are called, few are chosen. And you are only chosen. And a lot of people are talking about chosen ones these days. A lot of people are talking about this, but you are chosen because you chose to answer the call. It's nothing super unique or special about you more than the next person. We're all different. We're all unique. We're all special. We all have different facets to us. No one is better than the next. But a chosen chose to answer the call of the Most High. They chose to turn towards God and away from this satanic, homogenous society. That's it, and that's all. They chose to be themselves, love it, how God lovingly created them, against all odds. And again, if you do choose this path, it is not easy. There are secret societies, there are cabals that want to stop star seeds and light workers from enlightening the masses. They want to stop star seeds and light workers from becoming their best selves. They do the fucking most to hold you down, to hold you in position, to silence you. They do the most out here. If you do choose this path of becoming a better person, a more enlightened person, and a person who wants to eradicate injustice and suffering, it's going to be difficult, just like it was difficult for Yeshua, just like it was difficult for these star seeds, who some may call celebrities: Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams. There's so many. They will make it difficult for you if you are trying to enlighten others. If you are trying to bring knowledge, truth, and awareness and positivity, they will destroy your reputation. They will try to fuck with your finances. They will try to kill you, and sometimes they are successful. I have been through these things. I have been through these things. I thank my God that I am alive, because I have been through several situations where I was supposed to die. They do not want us to live, let alone speak. They do not want us to live. They do not want us to speak about these things. There's a reason they get rid of these people. There's a reason they try to trash these people's reputation. There is a reason why they want the average person to think people who are talking about these very obvious things, they want you to call us crazy. These very obvious things, that there are cults and secret societies. I feel like ABC and these little TV companies make a damn documentary almost every other day about a cult or a secret society, or it's talked about regularly. But if you talk about surviving it, you're crazy. Make it make sense. They talk about these people who kidnap children and these people who traffic people. They talk about the dark web. You've seen the dark web, some of you, I'm sure. But the person who speaks out about it, for some reason, is crazy. As if you guys don't know these are the things that are happening in our society. I'm not afraid to talk about it. And I'm not afraid for people to call me whatever they want to call me. Because again, I am a survivor. I am a blood sacrifice survivor. I have had my entire reputation destroyed from the time I was a young child. My credit destroyed. My name has been used fraudulently. And I have had people sent in to put me through these ridiculous attacks. And I mean attack after attack after attack. It was only when, I want to say up until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, when I realized that I really have to stop dealing with people altogether, because everyone who's ever approached me was someone who was sent in to really harm me. Like, I have been through so much domestic violence, so much rape, so much attack on my finances, people doing things to make me lose my job. Even that just happened recently. Um, I've gone through so much and survived so much, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I know what I'm going through, and I know that I'm a perfectly intelligent, responsible, reliable, capable person, and that there has been a group that has targeted me like they target anyone else who wants to, again, end suffering, end injustice, bring knowledge and awareness, and spread positivity to the masses. There are people who do not want this to happen because they need their control over you. They need to be able to continue to manipulate you, for their system to work, for this matrix to keep moving how it moves. They need to feed off of your energy. If you turn to the Most High, they have no supply. I say again, if you turn to the Most High, they have no supply, baby. So, if you are tired of suffering and being miserable with your life, um, if you are tired of the sociopathy, the narcissism, um, the just being surrounded by darkness but pretending like, oh, this is okay, or seeing, you having eyes but not seeing what's actually going on. It's because you're worshiping these false idols, and they're making you empty. These empty idols make their worshipers empty. So you're seeing these things, but you're not seeing them. You could speak about these things, but you're not going to speak about it because you want to keep your job, because you want to keep you don't want people to think you're crazy. You want to keep your comfortable place in society. And I think this society is very sick. You can call me crazy all day, but it's a sickness out here. And I really think that more people need to stop being afraid to speak out about it. Stop waiting for your next documentary, your next docu-series, and start speaking out about this shit, because it's mad disgusting, bro. Stop worshiping these weird ass idols who are most likely molesting children, trafficking women, obviously selling drugs. They talk about it all the time. Obviously selling drugs. Stop worshiping these people, bro. Satanism isn't something to admire. It's not admirable. It's not responsible. It's not. There's nothing of leadership quality about that. It's cowardism, to be honest. To not have the strength to be able to go against the grain and stand on the Most High's word and walk the straight and narrow path regardless of whatever comes at you. Walking through that valley of the shadow of death and fearing no evil, that's admirable. So I came on here to talk about celebrities and stars, and it just wheeled into what it wheeled into. Um, I've been fasting the last day, and that was hard because I think that was the last demon that I had to break off of me. And when I say demon, I mean addictions, um, energies, entities that like to drag on your positive light nature. Um, I used to drink. I used to smoke. I used to eat meat. I used to eat flesh. I broke down and cried a couple years ago, and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this, because I know animals are so intelligent, so conscious. They have emotions. They're very aware. Why am I eating flesh? I might as well be eating someone's baby. Like, I broke down and cried and prayed to the Most High. And the last addiction I had, gluttony. The last demon to be gluttony. It has been so hard for some reason for me to fast lately, and I know it's because there are a lot of astral and psychic attacks going on towards light workers and towards star seeds, um, people that are here to enlighten the masses. They don't want us to, because again, that upsets the balance of their control. But they're upsetting the spiritual balance. They're upsetting spiritual laws. So um, we have to put in the work. Again, if you are realizing you're a star seed, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. They're going to put you through so much shit, and it's going to challenge um, your way of life. It's going to challenge the status quo. And, again, the powers that be don't want that happening. So they make it very easy for you to be silent. They make it very easy for you to just do what you're told. And if you're not doing that, again, you're going to have a difficult time. Again, like people like Cat Williams, who, though he has been through struggles and things, when he speaks, everybody listens because that's a star seed. People tune in, people pay attention. He doesn't need to be pushed on a regular basis into your face. Nobody knows what Cat Williams is eating today. Nobody knows what he wore yesterday. Nobody knows who he's fucking, because he's not a celebrity. He's not a false idol. He's a star seed. And I need you guys to start paying attention to that, and the difference between celebrities and stars, false idols and star seeds. There's a huge difference, and you need to be following the star seeds. You need to be listening to people like Michael Jackson, who said, make this world a better place. And it starts with the man in the mirror. Listen to the star seeds. Pay attention. You're not going to see star seeds being pushed on you 24/7. They're stars. When they step out, you see them automatically. They're stars. False idols need to be pushed into your face on a regular basis. They need you to pay attention to them. They need to feed off of your energy. Stars, they give their energy away freely. They're not here to feed off of you. They're here to enlighten you. They're here to make you aware. They're here to show you love and hopefully encourage you to be your best self and spread that positivity to the next person. With that being said, I'm going to post this video, and I hope you all enjoy it. And I hope you gain some type of knowledge off of me just talking, but sharing the wisdom and knowledge that I have learned. Like I said, I haven't been on here in some days, and I said I was going to be consistent, but I was fighting through some things, baby. And I'm back. She back, y'all. So bless you very much. Again, if you need people to look up to your star seeds, not your false idols, not the ones who got to flash their paddock in your face and tell you use a bum. If you don't have this, those are false idols. They're making you empty because they're empty. That's all they have. That's all they have. They have no soul. They have no happiness, no peace. Look to your star seeds, okay? Look to your star seeds who are actually promoting health and wellness, not just talking about it, actually living that lifestyle, and actually promoting kindness and being kind. They're not going to slip up. They are who they are. They're not going to slip up and be like, oh, you brokey or some shit. They're not. Those are celebrities. Those are false idols. Star seeds are very genuine, and they become stars because they're very genuine people, and you can feel that energy. You will be able to feel when somebody really has your best interest at heart. And that's why I believe so many people were drawn. I haven't even seen the Cat Williams interview, but that's why so many people were drawn to that, because that is a person, that is a star seed who really has your best interest at heart, who really wants you to be better. So, like I said, Whitney Houston, Albert Einstein, he was a star seed. There's so many. It's funny because I had Cat Williams on this paper. I wrote this down like weeks ago, well before that interview, but I knew he was a star seed. It's very interesting. So let me run off this list. Lil Wayne, starseed. He's struggling, or I feel like some of these people are star seeds, and Again, they surround them so much with darkness, negativity. They love to put us on drugs. They love to try to get us drugged out, bro. Like, so you don't really know who you are. That's what they did to Michael Jackson at the end of his life. They had him on drugs. Prince, Kendrick Lamar, Star Seed, Andre 3000, Star Seed, Fantasia Barrino, beautiful woman. She is a Star Seed. Um, Again, they put every celebrity is not a star. You get what I'm saying? That's all. That's all I'm saying is there's a difference between stars and celebrities. That's all I'm saying. Stars are star seeds. They want to help you. They want to enlighten the masses. They want to eradicate injustice and suffering. They bring you peace. They bring you joy. They bring you knowledge. They bring you wisdom. These celebrities, they bring you nothingness. They bring you emptiness, empty-headed, mindless behavior. It's just a lot of drugs, a lot of preening and flexing on who has the best this or that. Who are they dating? What are they wearing? That type of shit. Like celebrities, they don't really offer much of anything. And if you ever do hear them speaking about something, it's after it's become popular. You're never going to hear them just start speaking on something that's, they're passionate about. It's usually after it's become a popular topic to talk about. So yeah, there's a difference. I just want you guys to know. Celebrities are false idols. They offer really nothing much to society. They have mouths that do not speak. They have eyes but do not see. And these empty idols make their worshipers empty. Those who make them are like them, and so are all who trust in them. So again, the homogeny, the trying to look and be like these few people. And if you're not doing it like this, then you're failing in society or some shit. You're worshiping false idols. And I would love for you to save your soul and to leave those false idols alone. Get away from the celebrities. And if you are looking for anyone to follow or look up to, look to the star seeds who are promoting healthy lifestyles, healthy living, who are giving you actual knowledge that you can take and put into your, put those methods into your own life to become a better person and to be a better person in society, to society. Look to those people who want you to be aware, who want you to critically think, who want you to let go of materialism and look to the Most High and look to being your best self. There's a difference. Okay. And that's all I came on here to say. God has been putting this on my heart to speak about for maybe the last week. The last week I've been feeling very much attacked, honestly. So I think this message really did need to come out. Star seeds, they want to help humanity. They will never make fun of poor people. They would never make fun of people who are struggling or victims of sexual assault. They would never promote things like that. They want to help humanity. They're usually empathetic, empathic people. And a lot of the time they do need to recharge alone. This is why we ain't seen Cat Williams in ever in a day. They need to recharge. He needed to recharge. Yeah, they usually want to make a significant difference. These are your star seeds. And they are usually under heavy attack. So if you know someone who might be struggling, like such as me, please try not to judge people for what they're going through. You don't necessarily have to be there for that person, but don't put unnecessary negativity onto that person because you have no idea what they're struggling with and why. A lot of the times, like I said, there are these secret societies who want certain people to struggle, who want to keep certain people back down and silent because the status quo is changing. Society is changing and they are losing their grip. They're losing their control. So that's all I had to say. Remember, Yeshua was the most famous star seed. If you love Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, he was the most famous star seed, and he would not be fucking with this shit that's going on today. So if you in the church hollering about Jesus Christ, but you judging somebody because they pulling out crystals, you're not of the Most High. Yeshua wasn't about that life. You judging somebody because they doing tarot, but you calling yourself a Christian. No. That sounds very Satanist to me. That sounds like very much homogenous Satanism to me. My God said, come as you are. My God said, judge not lest ye be judged. So all this, you have to praise God in a certain way. Again, all this homogenous behavior. God didn't create clones out here. We're not supposed to all look and behave and think the same. Well, children, that is my lesson for today. Yeah, I really just wanted you guys to know the difference between stars and celebrities, and what a star seed is and what a false idol is. And again, all star seeds are not going to be famous. All star seeds are not famous. Hi, my name is Ari. Ari Elite 111. Askari Ajna. Bless you, babies. Have a beautiful day. Beautiful day. While I figure out how to stop this thing. I'm sorry, I really don't know how to work this shit. we might not be into technology as much either, because we lightweight from another world a lot of the time. But bless y'all. You guys have a beautiful day. Love you. God loves you. Yeshua loves you. And keep these things in mind.